Now, I assume you have everybody's emails from this group? Okay, good. Because we are creating a Ning group, N-I-N-G.
Who knows what that is?
I learned about it first at the Debbie Steer talk 2 weeks ago. And it's a it's a website that offers let's see, what do you call it? Community if you sign up for it. And Ning, what happens is the name of our website is going to be called DailyLit externs.ning.com. So Ning hosts it, but it gives you a way to set up meetings, to put out bulletins. It has forums, and I need your emails in order to invite you. But it turns out you can also go to the site, which is listed on the page there, and sign yourself up. So
And that's sort of going to be the hub.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
I think the way Debbie described it is like Ning is great if you need a hive.
A hive, right?
And that's what.
A place for people to
to
cluster
land.
together. Yeah. So we're testing it out on this, and it has a lot of features. It's very sort of fixed, the way it looks and everything, the way they set it up. But I think it works really well. So, definitely want the feedback if it's working for you guys or not.
Is anybody a designer here? That like, or want to try designing?
I don't know how much
You did?
There's an advanced thing you can do there,
Okay, so
where
that might
people
be
can.
something if you want to play with
Yeah.
in terms of the way it looks. That's a nice kind of,
Yeah. Right now it's just a template. So.
Yeah, sure.
You don't have to do it. I mean, it's a
it's
template and it's functional, but yeah, if you want to play with it, it'd be great. And there you have an amazing help section. You guys should all go there to see what the topics are that everyone's asking about, because it really gives you an insight into social networking. So I was going to mention, check the Ning site often for updates. I'm not sure.
Actually,
It comes at you, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
if somebody makes a comment, I don't know if you did a comment directly to me or if it was to the group, but comments actually come into your email.
Okay, good. I might have done a
I think you
routine.
can subscribe to certain threads.
Right.
And then notification.
But I think part of what we're looking for here, I mentioned before people learning from each other, and I think this is a great sort of forum for you guys to kind of throw out questions to each other and check in with each other and kind of have everybody be the support network that that we were talking about in terms of inspiring each other to learn about new tools. So.
Okay, and the next thing you need to do after doing some of this exploratory stuff is think about the project you want to work on. Obviously, you're going to start doing that right now.
At the end of this meeting, you have to do that.
No, don't worry. In fact, I was going to ask people for feedback in terms of when you think would be a good deadline to start, sending us the project proposals, because I know Book Expo is coming up. The holiday obviously is this weekend, and did you have an idea of when you wanted it? Okay, so, I looked at the calendar and thought, okay, Monday, June 1st, and I realized it's right after Book Expo, so that's no good, right?
Yeah.
Anybody who's in publishing wouldn't want to do that. So, do you think 5 more days after that, like the Friday of that week?
Or the Monday,
Did you want the
Monday
weekend
next
following
week.
Monday?
That would be June 8th. I'm just gonna, it doesn't matter if you don't miss June,
No.
June 8th, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's write down, and I'll put it on the Ning site, that June 8th is when you will, on the second page here, have filled out this form, which is just a very easy way to get you started on the project.
Email it so
Okay.
it's easier. But
Yeah.
I thought it would be good to sort of
Yeah, you're right.
visualize.
So you have it in hard copy, but we'll definitely email it to you.
Email
It's
it.
a Word doc in case.
And by the way, when we give you these deadlines, it's really more as a tool to kind of keep you on track than it is
Yeah.
like putting the thumb to
Exactly, it's just to give you an idea.
We're not going to kick you out if you don't have any.
Yeah, and also since we'll be in this group format, if you're struggling with getting an idea, you can post, I can't think of anything, does anyone have any good ideas? And I think ideas will come up that way. But yeah, that deadline is just to give you some idea. We're not talking like in July, have a, the proposal, we're talking like in the next couple of weeks would be good, so you can get started. Okay, we also talked about, the three of us, about holding a regular, maybe weekly phone calls for the group. I think that's really good. It's good for giving out information, since you guys are going to have like maybe a tip a week, and I'll give some progress reports too. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about is I've been on conference calls with 5 people, and how everyone starts talking and no one can hear each other. I can't imagine there could be as many as 30 people. So maybe it'll be more like a broadcast out to you guys listening, and
But if people have questions, I think
Yeah.
we'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
Can you submit
Yeah.
questions
And also,
beforehand, or
yeah,
we'll
exactly, you
figure
can
out
tweet
good
questions or something in terms of topics that you want covered. And, you know, some of you, I think that we probably have varying degrees of sophistication, and so one of the challenges we're gonna have are there gonna be those that have more basic questions and then those that are gonna want more sophisticated information. And I think we're gonna try to give information on various levels. And I think the sort of questions in advance will help. Also, if there are particular tools that you want to explore or don't quite understand, or have, you know, saying, you know, that this is, how do I reach this community or something like that, then what we might do is also invite guest speakers to talk on that call, or maybe we'll have another one of these kinds of sessions to have, you know, somebody from Twitter to coming in, just, you know, whatever, or Tumblr or whatever. And actually, we should talk a little bit about Tumblr in terms of
Yeah, in terms of, you know, having your own blog, you know, there's Tumblr, there's WordPress, there's a lot of different, there's Blogger, yeah, there's a lot of different things. I'll send out an email that kind of talks about that, the marketing.
just to let you know, does everybody know Tumblr or heard of it? I just heard about it again 2 weeks ago at Debbie Steer's talk, and I went on the next day and signed up, and I have a very common name, Laura Kelly. That's why my Twitter is some weird name like Lectrice USA. And same for the Tumblr, I couldn't get my name. So I just did the next thing I thought of, which I called it Happy to Share .tumblr, and it's TUMBLR.com. And it's so easy. I mean, a monkey could do
Yeah,
it.
it's very
So
easy.
I've done Blogger, and I've done WordPress for different blogs for my job and stuff. And those are great because they have a lot of extra stuff going on. All this is just one thing after another showing up as a blog thing. But it's really easy.
Yeah, and we're also probably, I think we're targeting the fall to have the founder come in, another kind of, not inside, but the guys in this office here are also investors in Tumblr. So another kind of way into.
I'd encourage you to kind of, I mean, you can create accounts, they're all free. So just poke around and see which one you like best. Or depending on which one you get the best domain and what you want to call your blog.
My
Exactly.
question is, I think WordPress is probably more complicated, that you sort of.
I think it's good for different, I think they have different strengths, Tumblr and WordPress. So it depends on what kind of blog you want to have. I mean, I know I have a Tumblr blog, and then for DailyLit we use WordPress. And,
Yeah, and I started something on Blogger. It didn't take long. You know, the tools are so easy now. Yeah, I mean, as long as you stay at the top level, if you start scratching underneath the surface, it's very confusing.
So I think the expectation here, again, is that y'all are gonna have a Twitter account, if you don't open one, if you haven't started it, and you all should start your own blog and create your own blog, and those are gonna be, and whether or not you've chosen your topic or not, that sort of, you know, you can do that this weekend, you know, it's just get in there, start using them, get your, you know, and then once you have your topic, you can build on that, but you know, but just to start using these tools, I think is key as a beginning, and that'll force you. And if you want to send Laura and you know, what your Twitter account is and where your blog is, then we'll know.
We'll get a list together for the website too, for the main site. And just to let you know, I did a whole website through Yahoo, their templates in 8 hours about a year ago for my husband. He's a writer. So you could do a whole website, and there's a blog component in there, which we're not using right now. But so you don't just have to do a blog if you don't want. But blog is the easiest way to get to blog for sure.